me, Jess. Welcome back to my channel. And today I thought we would do a fun reading on what will help you move out of some stagnation in whatever it is in your life. So I do have 3 piles here, and I just want to give you a heads up. If you like the romantic readings, I have another one coming at you sometime soon, probably tomorrow. If not, then the next day. That is going to be, do they know how you feel about them? So I know you guys like your love readings. Anyways, I have 3 piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'll put your picture here. Otherwise, I will see you at your piles. Okay, pile number 1, what will help you guys move out of this energy of stagnation? I feel like that's better for you guys to see there. And I left the bottoms of the decks here so you can see these as well. So what will help you? I'm feeling like this is you over here with like the muses. I feel like you guys have several sides to you. A lot of you probably read cards yourself. You're very creative kinds of people, and you have like maybe a really soft heart. I feel like you're very beautiful as well, especially with the Libra here. Just I'm feeling like Venus, just the energy of Venus in your energy. So maybe some of you guys are Venus dominant, or you have strong Libra in your chart. Now, what I feel the universe wants you to step up into your personal power, honestly. And that is what will help you, because you guys have been blocked off at the heart. You've been holding yourselves back, putting like a bridle on yourselves here. The 6 of Swords, I feel like this is just leaving kind of a bad situation. I feel like you guys are very resilient, and you have, through this creative ability, the ability to almost be resilient in any kind of situation. But I think it's like you're trying to stay in some kind of a situation. Maybe this is a relationship with another person, but this person is struggling to love you back here. Venus does debilitate in Virgo. So I feel like that it's trying to pull you into this Aries energy, and I'm immediately drawn to like the Lover and Aries right next to each other. Great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So I feel like maybe you guys, like, you are very inspired by someone that you're with. But we have like the Aries Libra axis, right? And this is self and other. So I feel like maybe you have been looking at this situation from someone else's point of view, but it's like at the expense of yourself. Now, Aries Moon, like, together. Okay, well, I didn't finish this thought. So with the Lover and the Aries card here, I feel like it's telling you to turn this great passion and devotion towards self, because Aries is our self, right? And it's our own physical body as well. So I'm feeling a sense of just like moving literally your physical body away from a situation. And I do want to say this, I feel like the universe has heartbreak in mind for you, but the kind that heals. Because I feel like there's been a situation that has been a functioning dysfunction for a long period of time. I feel like I'm kind of getting inner child work here as well with the 2 children and then the moon, where it's like your inner child just showing to yourself that you can be very strong here. Some of you guys could be earth signs. Again, like with the energy of Taurus, I'm getting, because Venus, but this is, – okay, yeah, some of you guys have a situation where maybe you're like a kept person. Like you are maybe somebody's arm candy, or like they're looking at you in a really shallow kind of a way. They don't have a deep appreciation for you, but you have a deep appreciation for them. Like you see this person's inner wounding and you find it to be very poetic and very beautiful. But this person, I feel like, has been kind of out for themselves. I mean, we have a lot of energy here of leaving something behind. I feel like this also with the Hermit card at the bottom, we have a lot of Virgo energy in this deck as well. Some of you guys could be Chitra, which is the Mars ruled nakshatra. From Virgo into Libra. That is the divine architect. Okay, and there's a phrase that I like to quote a lot. I don't know where it comes from, but it's like the true artist makes a masterpiece out of oneself. And that is like the journey through the nakshatra of Chitra. And that divine architect, there's also another quote that's like, how are you ever to be polished if you're irritated by every rub, right? Talking about, I don't know, like statue work, rubbing things away, and that's a very painful process, and that's something that's not at all skated around when people are talking about the energy of Chitra. And Chitra is always known for its beauty as well. And so I feel like there are people that just are not looking past that for you, to see who you really are as a person. But it's like you have this deep insight and appreciation for really the whole, like the world around you. You see the world in a very deep way. Also with the energy of Mars here, I do feel like getting into your physical bodies will strengthen up your determination or something like that, and to be able to leave. We also have Queen here. Radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. I think whether or not you realize it, other people will be impacted by your decision in this circumstance to stay or to leave. So let me just clarify this moon card, and then I want to get back up there. Where's the moon card here, Spirit? Some of you guys might have a feisty mother figure around. Okay, there is something about chasing your dreams. Some of you guys, maybe you are very artistic, but you're just afraid to put yourself out there. Some of you guys, it's like you need to move to a city or somewhere where you can put your artistic creative ability out there. Some of you maybe want to be models, something with the physical body, some kind of artistic endeavor. But you have to leave behind some friends or something. So I feel like this is just telling you, the overall message of this pile is to stop worrying about other people. And I feel like this is the type of person, right, with all this Libra energy, and with all this Venus energy. Venus is the diplomat, like Libra is the diplomat, always giving to the other over the self. That's why the sun debilitates in Libra, in Swati, is because it is, it's always trying to play diplomat, and it can give of itself in order to please other people. And I feel like that is basically the thing, is like you have to understand that you're not always going to make everybody happy, and that making yourself happy, it's like feeding your own cup. Then when your cup runneth over, you have extra to give, and it doesn't make you a bad person. So I feel like you guys have to say goodbye to, like, maybe this is a group of friends that you need to say goodbye to, that's been in your life for a long time, and it might feel like a betrayal, and it's like your head and your heart are kind of at odds. So I do feel like there is a choice here, and it's between, like, leaving. I'm getting the energy of leaving your hometown to chase your dreams. Oh, this is interesting. And some of you, this involves the camera, with the energy of Neptune here, or it just, some kind of creative ability, but you want to give shape to your dreams here, in some kind of big way. I feel like you've just been putting this off because you don't want to disappoint people, but it's telling you here that you can go ahead, and maybe this is a mother for some of you guys and some siblings, but it's people that you care about and people that are close to you. And I feel like it's telling you, like, maybe you're scared to tell people about these deep ambitions because you feel like you're going to have to defend yourself, but it's telling you that it wants you to rise up into this Aries energy, into this selfhood energy, into this Mars energy, and to be a little bit competitive, to put your stuff out there, because I feel like you guys are creatives. So whether this is your face, you know, in your body, like, or this is something like your poetry or some kind of art piece, or maybe you're working on some technology or something that's very creative, this could be just the way something is seen. You have a really new, innovative thing about you, and it's telling you that it's an important part of your journey, and it's an important part of your expression of self-love. It's almost like you don't have to please anybody else, and at the end of the day, you're going to make sure that your dreams come true, and showing up for yourself in that way. And healing that inner child wound of maybe you always felt like you had to pander to somebody, in order to get love and to get approval. But it's saying like, you're here now, you're showing up fully for yourself now. And so you can be the one that shows up for you, right? Because I feel like for too long, you have a lot of inner guilt about relationships, and for too long, you've been disappointed. I feel like there's certain people around you, you're going to try and try and try to please these people, and it's never going to be enough. Okay? It's just never going to be enough. So again, like this could be regardless of what kind of creativity this is, because this could just be you being an individual, you expressing yourself the way that you want to express yourself. But for some of you, the more specifics of this is going to take place. And I get this sense that some of you do want to just travel away from this. And if you do that, then there's going to be certain parts of your psyche that start to really show itself and start to naturally heal. What's interesting is like I have here the vision that the universe has for you, and we have the 3 of Swords. It's trying to put you in a head versus heart decision. Aries does rule the head, you guys. And this Libra card, she's blocking her heart here. And Libras are always like super lovey people. I find, and Aries rules my Venus, and I'm the one doing this reading. And so I find Aries to be super lovely people too. So I feel like who better to tell you that like you can still be in this Aries energy and still like, I actually have an Aries moon. I feel like that's not a coincidence that I'm the one telling you this. Like it can actually be very comforting and still bring about those Venusian qualities for people. Like if you step up into your own power, like a lot of people are still going to love you and appreciate you for that. But I do feel like there might be like a nest that you need to just move away from in order to change that vibration within yourself. So the universe is trying to put you in a head versus heart decision, but it's only because it wants you to be authentically yourself. It wants you to fulfill your higher mission. We're stepping into this age of Aquarius, and it wants you to heal. I feel like there is something here that it's just this cycle, and it keeps like replaying over and over again. And there's another phrase that's like, you're never going to get a different result if you just keep doing things the same way and over again. The moon always, to me, speaks to cycles. But Aries is a new beginning. And also Aries, wherever Aries sits in your chart, it is a lesson. This is new karma, right? Some of you, maybe you have Ashwini or you have Bharani or Kritika in your chart. So especially if you have Bharani and Kritika, the lessons that you've learned in your past lives no longer apply. You're breaking new ground. So that's what it's trying to do. I feel like it is trying to get you out of some kind of comfort and some kind of habitual habit, because in order to unlock something, in order to unlock your potential here. So basically, what can you do to end this stagnation? It's really cut and dry with this Aries card here and the 6 of Swords. I feel like it's just telling you to stand up for yourself and go after the things that you want. Be unashamedly in this Aries energy where you are creative, where you are competitive, where you are focused on yourself. Also focus on your physical body, because this is going to pay off. This is going to help. I always get this, you guys, because Mars also rules the blood, and then you have the moon here, which is the mind. And to me, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because the water, like the moon pulls on waters, like the waters of the body. I get hormonal systems, and when you exercise, when you work out, I feel like, especially if you guys have Chitra in your chart or some kind of Mars ruled nakshatra, right? So it's Mrgashira, Dhanishta, or Chitra, and that is in Mars rules from the earth signs over into the air signs, like that cusp. So Taurus into Gemini, Virgo into Libra, and Capricorn into Aquarius. Or no, I'm sorry. Wait. No, that's right. I'm right. So anyways, yeah. And again, those always speak of an exodus. Those points in the zodiac always speak of an exodus. So I do feel like you are inspired to fulfill something, to come out of your shell and to really express yourself. Again, obviously you guys are at this tarot reading, but the muses are associated with the Oracle of Delphi, which obviously deals with divination and like being, oracle telling and things like that. So I feel like This is really important for you guys. Some of you guys have, a north and south node in Aries or Libra, or in your first and seventh house, or you have very active first, seventh houses, Aries, Libra signs, Mars, Venus, tensions in your chart. So the way that you can break this, honestly, it's just telling you, you just have to, like, I'm just Nike, right? Like sport and everything, like Nike with Aries here, just do it. You just have to do it. It is going to mean that you have to, it's like prioritizing yourself. Wow. So I could have just not said any of that before and just said prioritize yourself, because in prioritizing yourself, you're actually being a humanitarian. You're also fulfilling your karma here. Saturn exalts in Libra, and I'm feeling like this restriction of self, like you have been fulfilling your karma, but part of that is like, a lot of you guys are wondering about your life mission. Is this goal that you have a part of your life mission? And it definitely is, and it has nothing to do with the outcome. But if you go through this process, that's what you are being called to do with this next step, and that's going to lead you to the next best step that you can take for yourself. And it's going to change you. And who knows who you're going to be when you heal this wound. Your landscape is going to look different. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to be one step closer to maybe some of you literally want to be a star, and maybe you will be, and maybe you won't be, but it's definitely going to lead you to wisdom, and it's definitely you walking your path, rising up into like this selfhood kind of energy. Oh, look. And then we have Exorcist at the bottom of the deck, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. And then fear, facing your own demons. So I feel like this focus on other people and the other relationships in your life, trying to protect other people's feelings, and feeling like a lot of you feel like you need to be of service to people, right? But then you also are hearing this call to expand. So that's what brings up this Mars energy. This is the will, this is the actions. So I feel like part of that is like, it's an excuse almost not to look at your own self and your own look. This is like your demons here with Aries and the moon, like the self, and then like these buried hidden things. Also, the moon is the ruler of the fourth house, right? The Cancer, the fourth house, which is the seat of power. And so again, I feel like some of you guys have dreams of being out in the public eye in some way, or getting recognition for something that you do. And that all comes from the fourth house, right? The fourth house sits opposite the 10th house of our reputation. So that Cancer house, that fourth house, is called the seat of power, because that's where we build into that 10th house of reputation. So I feel like it's telling you the time is nigh for you. And then also we have Mars that exalts in Capricorn, in that 10th, Capricorn ruling the 10th house. So I feel like that just kind of wraps that up with a bow. Like, this is really just just do it. You're going to have to rip the Band-Aid off. There's no way around this heartbreak. I feel like you guys are sweeties and you don't want to break other people's hearts in order to go after what it is you want. You might call that like selfish. Maybe part of you likes to be a little bit in the background. But look, we have the Aquarius Leo axis, all of this is important, but I feel like some of you guys are like reflections of the public's energy right now or something. So that's kind of what that is. That there's something. Yeah, you guys are ending some kind of karmic cycle, and picking up another one, where you owe it to, I just want to say you owe it to yourself to pursue this. You owe it to yourself to pursue this. And the real gold of it all is not like the outcome. It's trusting yourself. It's breaking down whatever patterns that this has started. You're starting a new life, but you have to let go of the old one. I think for a lot of you, there is going to be some kind of public recognition or some kind of victory. But it's like, breaking the chains in some way. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 1. If that resonated, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys. Okay, pile number 2. So I'm already getting so many messages, and I hope that I can get them out in a coherent way. But also, if you were at all attracted to pile number 1, definitely watch that one because there's a lot of similar messages, although it is a little bit different here. The main difference that I'm seeing is you guys might be a little older than pile number 1, or this has been an ongoing circumstance. Like you feel like you've put your time in with this situation. I feel really the energy with this pile is you guys are really ready for something to move. You've been repressing something that you want. Something that you want, that you feel like your own success, your own happiness. And possibly some of you guys feel a lot of grief. You feel maybe even stuck or punished by the universe because this situation really isn't moving and you feel stuck in this catch 22. So what's interesting is it's telling you to hold tight. It's telling you to keep going about your daily activities. I do feel like you guys are finishing up a karmic cycle. I do see karma being involved here. Now, pay attention to your mind as you go through this because I feel like this is, whatever situation, you guys are stuck in a holding pattern, pile number 2. I really do feel. And it's bringing up a lot of intense emotions for you, possibly a lot of sexual emotions. Look at this energy, you guys. First of all, we have the Grand Fire Trine represented here, and I always think of K2, the South Node, because that is the ruler of all the first nakshatras in the Grand Fire Trine. And K2 is a co-ruler of the scorpionic energy in Vedic astrology. So we have a lot of K2 here. This is past life. This is definitely past life, and it's playing out in your mind and in your psyche, this holding pattern, and through your emotions here. You definitely want a change. Okay, but I feel like you're fearing some kind of loss. So I feel like you guys have a lot of intense emotions and you probably feel very alone. And like I said, maybe even just this has this sense of being drawn out. And I'm getting the sense of pain. Like all you want to do is just be able to move past this. So with this Pluto Scorpio energy, this feels repressed to me. And I do feel like for a lot of you, this is tied up in sexual desire. Interestingly enough, Sheila Nagig, so this is I feel like this could be representing you guys in a lot of ways. So she represents gateways. She's kind of a funny goddess because she is an older woman and, you know how like when women get older, they start to express their sexuality more and more. I feel like you guys are undergoing some kind of South Node awakening, which is a Kundalini awakening, right? So definitely pay attention to where your South Node is because that energy is being fostered right now. Somehow it's like somehow being stoked through an intense sexual connection or longing for a sexual connection, something like that. Because Sheila Nagig does rule gateways, one of them being the yoni, right? The passage into this world is through a woman's body. And I'm just getting that, like with this scorpionic energy, Scorpio does rule the genitals. So that's somehow involved in this. Now, Sheila Nagig also was misused, like back in the day, in order to discourage people away from having premarital sex or like just sex outside of marital relationships. So that's something that is weighing on your mind here. Interestingly enough, it's telling you to hold with the 8 of Pentacles. You have 3 8s here. All you want is movement. It's telling you not to move, but it's also telling you it's going to change, and it's going to change very fast. You are going to get your victory here, pile number 2. So it's interesting because the way here that it's telling you that you can break out of your stagnant energy is by paying attention to your responsibilities in your everyday life with the 8 of Pentacles. And I'm going to clarify this because it seems to be such a paradox, such like an ironic paradox. So why is the 8 of Pentacles that energy that you need to be embracing in order to break free of your stagnation? The 8 of Cups. Some of you guys, I feel like first of all, maybe you want there to be an ending here with Scorpio and Pluto. But like I said, you're afraid of some kind of loss. Perhaps you're afraid of some kind of spiritual loss and karma with Capricorn here. So you guys are being very logical about this, right? And we have another 2. There's a lot of 2s here, which I'm associating with the High Priestess, which is secrets. I feel like you guys are saving face in a lot of ways. You guys are going to work every day. People probably wouldn't know that you have this very intense emotional, sexual. I feel like a lot of you guys are undergoing a Kundalini awakening. Like the base, that energy at the base of your spine is really being like stoked somehow through the tension that's going on here. Also themes of like betrayal or abandonment also might be playing out in your head. I do feel like you guys are completing a karmic cycle. Karma is controlled by Saturn and the moon. And I feel like pay attention to your psyche. Like I don't know if you guys are in therapy, but like I would highly recommend if you have a good therapist, like that might really help you, because this karma is playing out in your mind and your psyche. I feel like you guys, you feel incredibly stuck and stagnant. Now, they're also, the reason that I'm saying this, because I'm hearing confessional, and the reason that I'm hearing that is because Scorpio, and I've talked about this a lot in my readings, the higher self of the 8th house of this Scorpionic house is the 3rd house of Gemini. It's 8 away from the 8th house. You can do that with any of the houses. So like the way that you can transform this energy is through sharing, right? Gemini rules dual, like it's a dual sign, dual air sign. It rules community. It's our brethren, right? And so ultimately, it's saying like our repressions, our fears, our fear of death, like that's what makes us all brethren. We are all united in that. So there's might be this feeling of shame, this feeling of like maybe you're trying to save face because there could be money at stake here. There could be power. You don't want to betray or abandon someone. All of those issues could be at play here. You are very lit up to go after your own victory right now. I feel like there's a charging going on. It's telling me that you're going to be moving out of this energy. You're going to get the clarity that you want. There is going to be movement in this situation. It's telling me that the changes on the outer are going to cause changes on the inner. Also, I was getting this for pile number 1, possibly like just working out or paying attention to your diet, those kinds of things. It's going to change like your inner state. So yeah, like back to the Scorpionic energy, I feel like Gemini it's rules communication, right? And duality. So I feel like there's a sense of duality to you in this situation where like you're public facing, you know, and maybe it seems like you have it all to the world around you, but privately you guys are having like this very intense emotional experience. And there's something like that, it feels like a deep dark secret. You don't want to tell anybody about this. Some of you guys, Pisces, can rule foreign places or isolated places. So and I'm just noticing her walking away here. So again, look at all these 8s, you guys. So there is a transformation coming, interestingly enough. I feel like you guys are nearing the end of a karmic cycle with this 8 of Pentacles. It's telling you to pay attention and like learn your skills, because the 8 of Pentacles talks about perfecting a craft. So some of you guys could be working on that. That craft energy was coming out in pile number 1. So this might be something that you're working on in private right now. Yeah. This also has to do with intuition and feeling things out. You guys, I'm really just getting this sense of like hold. Okay, I'm going to start. So let's just talk about this for a second. This is the energy that you need to be in order to shift out of this stagnant energy. And Scorpio is such a stagnant energy. It is deep, stagnant. It's fixed water, right? And with this fire energy, even I'm getting like hold, and then there's going to be a growing. I feel like something in this situation is going to change and you're going to be released from this situation. Now at the end of Scorpio is also a Gandanta point. I talk a lot about these in my readings too. And then you also have Pisces here as well. So Gandanta is just a massive point of transformation. And again, you have 4 8s here, one of them being the Scorpio card. So you're approaching, like, there's a massive transformation that's trying to happen. And the best way for you to do that is to like be steady right now. I feel like it's almost the first few steps, like when you're running off a cliff, but like life just kind of needs you to be steady here right now, because yeah, there's something about finding your own victory. So, waiting. This is so interesting. How can you come to a reading about how do I get out of my stagnation? And then it's like, just be in stagnation for a little bit longer and then trust that things are about to change. Because what the energy of this, Judgment at the bottom of the deck, Pluto, transformation. Okay, this situation is your karma and it is playing out on a psychological level. So definitely watch that, as this is, I feel like you're plumbing the depths in some way. But you're also getting clarity on something. You're getting clarity on something. And there are roots, like you planted seeds and it's growing. It's growing. It's just, it's not done yet. So it's like, it doesn't want you to move because it doesn't want you to mess up the root structure, I feel like. But the universe, like the vision that the universe has for you is the Eight of Wands. This is a fast change. It's also travel. Some of you guys want to travel. So I'm getting that. And also, again, this is Sagittarian energy. I don't think that I said that out loud. I probably just said that in my brain. But this is, Sagittarian energy, and Scorpio moves into Sagittarius, right? After you pass through this Gandanta point. So this is a very intense period for you guys, pile number 2. I don't fault you at all for wanting out of this, but you have to believe, right, that everything is possible with this child magical, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. I also feel like this is a strong spiritual awakening that is happening. You guys are activating your Kundalini energy. Definitely pay attention to your South Node, your K2, whatever energy that is, because that's being activated at this time. This is Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury rules Gemini that I was talking to you guys about. And I feel like in communicating your cycle, I hope that you guys will consider doing therapy. I know that we're in a weird pandemic, but there's a lot of great like online services where you can talk to someone online. I'm like out of breath trying to get this message out. I highly suggest doing that because I feel like talking this out, it's gonna make you feel less alone, because I feel like a lot of you guys do feel very isolated here with this energy, and you're putting on like such a strong front, and you're being like very cold, possibly even judging yourself. Now, and possibly judging your karma. Now, you're completing the end of a karmic cycle here with the 8, and you're nearing the end. It's an 8, it's not a 10, right? And we have this hold with the pentacles, but you are undergoing, and with this Sheila Nagig, like these gateways, she also rules rites of passage. You guys are undergoing a spiritual rite of passage, okay? But I'm also hearing, you can't always get what you want. There's something immensely valuable about like not getting what you want right away, but I do feel like something's gonna shift, like, and it's a happy shift, I feel like, with this 8 of Wands. I keep getting this High Priestess energy. So I feel like some of you guys, like if you don't have one already, I feel like a really strong, really good therapist is going to be brought into your life. And they're a big part of your healing journey. Look, we have like the 4th 8, you guys. I can't even. This is, your karma is heavily playing out in your psyche. Some of you guys might have Scorpio South Node, Taurus, or Scorpio Taurus axis on your North and South Node. You could have a K2, so the fire signs, beginning of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, which is Ashwini, Magha, and Mula. Heavily feeling Mula. And Mula, just so you guys know, which I'm kind of getting this energy, Mula has drastic and huge shifts. So if you guys are at the bottom now, I'm almost getting like, how you can mix oil and water, and I'm getting somebody putting it in their ear. This is not medical advice, but and then like the oil and the water flip. There's a flip. You guys, like there's a flip. Some of you guys have Mula strong in your charts. And this is all about, you know what this is about? This is about practicing non-attachment. Okay, so now we finally, after 1,000 ages, we got to the point of your reading, which is practicing non-attachment. You guys are having a lot of serious, strong emotions. It is activating something very spiritual within you. You guys, and I say this a lot, but like whenever you're activating your spiritual energies, and it's really like not like, oh, la-di-da, like it's intense. The tagline for this like is, it's really said that Westerners aren't supposed to be messing with their chakras because the way that we live isn't built for it, because great and terrible things can happen. And I'm not saying that to scare you. This pile's ready for a spiritual awakening. You're right on the breakthrough of it. And I strongly suggest therapy for this pile. Strongly. And drinking water. And drinking lots of water, moving the water in your body, possibly through exercise as well. And then just keep on keeping on, because look, she's looking at this candle. This candle's starting to burn down. Okay, so there's something about the moon cycles as well. The moon, like I said, is the keeper of our karma, and as it goes through its cycles, it releases different things in our karmas. So I feel like there's something about that. Maybe you guys do want to start studying the moon. Listen, oh my gosh, I cannot make this up, you guys. Nakshatras. I know I've confused everyone with what a nakshatra is, but it's just how you track the moon. The same way that Aries, Taurus, Gemini, that's how you track the sun and other planets, because that is the homes of the sun. It's just nakshatras are further breakdowns of those signs, but they correspond to the moon and how we track the moon, because the moon's movements are so important. And they say that sages become sages by studying the moon. This pile, you guys are definitely on a path to sagehood. You are on a path to stagehood. You are being put through the trials you would expect. The trials you would expect to be on that level. So I hope that gives you some kind of hope, because I do feel that this intensity is a direct correlation to who you are and what you bring to the table and to how strong you are. And I think that your karma, you guys are aware of the karma that you're creating in this. That's a very good thing. That's important. I don't want it to put you in a state of fear, but it's showing you like how high-minded I feel like this pile is. And you guys are desperately, desperately wanting some movement. I feel like you guys are stuck in a water energy when you want to be in a fire energy. It doesn't feel natural. So it's saying to hold because you guys want to leave. This is such an interesting pile. And I'm thinking of one person in particular has had a personal reading with me. And if you're watching this, like, I know this is your pile because I feel this energy from you. And I hope everything's going good, girl. All right. So I just want to clarify the Eight of Cups. The High Priestess. This is a therapist, okay? Or some kind of spiritual practitioner that can help you with this. Somebody who can help you with sorting out your moon cycles, sorting out everything that's going on inside of you, help you find that calm, help you find that balance point within yourself as everything is going crazy, around you or possibly inside of you. Somebody who can help you guys ground and just be there as this non-judgmental kind of an energy. This is also, this movement, you guys, it's pre-manifest. The High Priestess is gestation energy. So this is pre-manifest. This movement. This is what you want. The Eight of Cups. You want to move away. And you want to stop worrying about all this emotion. You guys want to run away from this. And it's okay. I would too. This is crazy. But also this is, you guys are becoming the High Priestess. That's what's happening. Or you already are, and you're just going through another level. You guys, pile number 2. This is insane. Like, this is really intense. I honestly kind of want to cry. Like, this is, I don't know, because I think I'm just thankful that there are people like you. Yeah. I'm impressed. You guys have, some of you guys are headed into a Jupiter Dasha. So perhaps you're in your 70s, and that is a period of growth and expansion. I feel that for you. Trouble doesn't last always. This is not going to last forever. Okay, there's somebody in your community that you should open up to, if you can open up to somebody, because there's something about gestation here. The yoni energy, divine feminine energy, like it's cavernous, it's very dark, and I'm feeling like if somebody who has strong, developed divine feminine energy, if you can talk to, if somebody came to your mind, talk to that person, because I'm not sure that there's anything you can do in order to move this along any faster. The time and karma are, first of all, linked, but they're important in this pile. But this is the level you at. This is the level you're on. Also meditation. Just deep dive meditation. Getting into your body. This is an energy of getting into your body. This is also a very sexual pile. Okay. I don't know, sex has something to do with it as well. So, King, enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. like, this is what I feel like you guys are growing into. But it's like, this is such opposite energy, child, magical, and king, you know? And so I feel like, but this is like, it's such a beautiful energy, you know? Okay. I hope that made sense, because there's a lot of like really big concepts, but I feel like it did make sense to this pile because you guys are the high priestess. What other advice do you have for pile number 2? Also, we have Thief at the bottom of the deck. Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Because some of you guys, I feel like money, assets, because Scorpio, the 8th house, this rules assets after marriage. So I feel like that's a part of it. But this is about to get a shakeup, and it's coming from the outside. It's coming from the universe. You're manifesting. Okay, you guys are in a place of manifesting. This metaphor that I keep getting of like someone running off of a cliff, which sounds terrible, but like, you know, like Pocahontas did, you know, and she dove into the thing. But like those last few steps while she's still on the cliff, you know, and trusting spirit the whole time, you know, it's like getting your bearings. It's getting your body moving, and it's like getting everything in the right position. Do you know what I mean? So the 3 of Wands, you guys are manifesting. There is some sense of longing here, and I feel like it has to do with distance with the 8 of Cups. Look, she's looking out at the horizon. Keep that. Keep focused on your because you're manifesting it, you guys. This group you're all powerful. You are so powerful. You're such strong manifestors. So maybe this is just what you need to hear in order to be able to make it through the stagnant energy, is just hold. Hold steady. You're strong. You are manifesting it. Things will change. Trust in that. Trust in that. Okay? You're manifesting. You're bringing it in. Yes. And there is going to be a sense of connection. There's going to be a sense of connection in this pile. And also this is integrating your masculine and feminine sides. Because I feel like your masculine side wants to do. Okay. You guys might have a very developed masculine side with all this. I'm getting this fire energy that you're in this water energy, which is very feminine, but you want to be in this fire energy. And I feel like you guys you're strengthening your divine feminine side, the intuitive side, the being side, the waiting side, the gestation side. You're ready to act. This pile's ready to act. But you're just waiting. You know it's not the right time, you know? You know it's not the right time. So any last advice here, Spirit? I feel like I really talked you guys' ears off on this one. Ace of Wands, like it's gestating. It's gestating. Allow this, the spark has been lit. You know, the spark has been lit. Hold on to it. This is developing your wisdom. There is a compromise here. And again, with the Hermit, this is Virgo energy. Mercury exalts here. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury, again, being like that communicating of this dual nature. Find somebody that you can trust. Somebody who's like a vault baby logged down, like this high priestess. Somebody you can trust. Somebody who's very highly educated. Very developed in their feminine side. Somebody who, this person is going to understand this. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 2. This was very intense. I'm sorry if I overwhelmed you. This is crazy. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. You were well on your way to being like a strong spiritual adept. So that's what I have for you guys. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys. Oh, I love this pile. Yay. Okay, so pile number 3. The whole time I was shuffling, I kept hearing that song. I think it was sung by 98 Degrees, but it's like, true to your heart. Because when you're true to your heart, because you got all you need to make it through. And I think that that song plays at the end of Mulan, like the Disney movie. I haven't seen like the live action one, but that plays at the end of the Disney movie of Mulan. And I kept getting Mulan and then Joan of Arc. Like they have a lot of similarities, right? Because Joan of Arc was always made fun of. Like she dressed like a boy, you know, she stayed true to her convictions, and she was young. She was a teen, right? And so, like, when these people started, like, coming in trying to take over her land or whatever, she was all like, nuh-uh. And she had all this spunk, right? All this spark with the Knight of Wands. I feel like just the gist of this, just start. Like, just go after it. And you know what? You can always pull back. Even if you've got to just, like, go out there for a little bit, see the lay of the land, try it out for a second. Because I feel like once you do that, there's going to be no going back. This pile is very spiritual, very intuitive. And it's like spirit wants to, and I said this yesterday in the video that I posted, but I keep getting like spirit wanting to stick a straw in a coconut, like to get the juicy, good nutrients out of the coconut. So I feel like this is the pile where you guys are fighters, but you're fighters for spirit. You have a strong spirituality. You have a strong sense of duty and service. Some of you guys want to be like medics or something, but there's something about it that might be like not socially acceptable, whether it's unladylike or whatever. Some of you guys need to worry less about your appearance because you have Uranus. Some of you guys might even have Uranus Sun contacts. You might be an Aquarius. You might have a lot of just Uranus energy, but then with the Sun energy here, you guys, like you are very strong to your morals. The Sun energy is divine yang energy. This is the energy of Jesus. And then you have, and I just mean like as a metaphor, as like a symbol. And the same thing with Joan of Arc, like she stood by her convictions. Sun-ruled people always do. That's how you can test yang energies. They always do the right thing, even if it's at great personal cost and benefit. I do feel like the universe, you're going to find your people this way. Some of you guys, maybe you do feel a little bit lonely. You feel like you have to keep all of this weirdness or spirituality or whatever it is yourself. You have to keep like a bridle on yourself. And that's how you're going to find your people with the 3 of Cups. And this is the energy that the universe sees for you, is finding your people. Also, I like to call the 3 of Cups the Coven card, finding like just divine, witchy kinds of people. But you've got to be willing to let go of traditions. There's something here that you guys are trying to fit in, and you're just not made to. Point blank, you're just not made to. So we also have the Prostitute card here with the light attribute. Accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Like that is exactly what I'm getting here with this Uranus Sun kind of an energy. Yeah, like let your freak flag out, you guys, because maybe you'll start a movement. I don't know. But it's like I'm just getting that energy where I like to call Virgo the prince or the princess. This is a highly curated energy, right? In order to like succeed or achieve in the world. But I feel like you guys have like a strong spiritual mission. And yes, maybe some people call you weird. I don't know. Maybe some people make fun of your clothes. Or something like that. Because Joan of Arc dressed like a boy and everybody made fun of her. And then that's what eventually led to her death, right? Because she was like slandered for hearsay. And then somebody had tried to rape her when she was in confinement, and so she decided to go back to wearing boys' clothes, and that was enough for her enemies to, and oh, Virgo, hidden enemies. That was enough for her enemies to burn her at the stake, you know. So, and I feel like maybe you guys are carrying these themes around in this life of being burned at the stake, or like because you were different and witchy and like didn't really fit in. Virgo is also like a very witchy sign. But I feel like the universe wants to bring in relationships like of people that are like you. So you guys could have dealt with these themes in a past life where you were witches or you were different. You have some kind of spiritual ability. Now this is like a strong intuit that it's like the universe just wants to tap this energy and bring it out into the world in like a really big way. The Knight of Wands is also like a white knight. It's okay for you to keep your boundaries up though too. And to be a little bit protective. So we also have Mystic, revels in intimate union with the divine. You guys are spiritual people. And it's like, maybe you try to hide that because of the people that you're around. You guys could be like, maybe some of you are in the, like the Bible Belt or an area like that. You know, here in America, we have, I'm from a stone's throw away from there. So shout out. But, yeah, with the tower, it's like just getting rid of tradition. Some of you guys like Uranus always, and also we have Libra here, right? And Libra can tend to bring out like a little bit more masculinity in like a female and a little bit more femininity in a male. Like it likes to do that swap. It also likes to play like dress up, you know, likes to try on different personalities. So some of you guys want to just experiment, you know. So I feel like it's telling you to experiment with your style. That's how you can break your pattern of stagnation. Some of you guys, like, you're just holding yourself back, and some of you just, you feel threatened. You have maybe strong beliefs and convictions, and you know that you're going to stand out. But if you do that, then it's going to bring in your friends, and it's going to end a certain cycle in your life where you have felt alone for a long time. So, what other advice do you have for pile number 3 to break? You guys are highly intuitive, pile number 3. You guys are afraid of being left out in the cold. I feel like it's holding you back. Look, King of Swords, and then we have this Aquarian energy. I really do feel that this is like just eldest air sign kind of energy of just like, oh, well, whatever. I'm getting that 70s show where Hyde tries to teach Jackie how to be Zen, you know, and he's like, whatever, just like being non-reactive. Some of you guys might be experiencing bullying. I just feel like if you embrace your weirdness, it's going to lead you to your people. It's like, ignore the haters is what I'm getting. Like, just do whatever it is that you do, because you're going to be like, don't let them control you. They're trying to control you. Like Joan of Arc didn't let people come in and control her land. Listen to me. You know, I think it's like telling you it's okay for you to be a fighter. Also, the Ace of Swords, you guys, I'm being drawn to the mountains just immediately. The mountains are supposed to symbolize problems that are always going to be there. There's always been haters. Since the beginning of time, there has been haters. Also, there's something about like, you guys are supposed to, I don't know, maybe some of you guys are called to be pastors or something, to do this like great service work with people one-on-one, but it's like you want to, I'm just giving this as an example. Like, you could be very strongly drawn to like being a pastor, but you don't always agree with the church. Like, maybe some of you guys are LGBTQ. And so you're like, but they condemn me. So how am I supposed to do that? But I'm telling you, there are ways to do that. Like, there are certain places that are, open to things like that. But I feel like you guys are trailblazers. I feel like it's just saying, go for it. You know, even if you tell yourself it's just for a day and then you can go back and like be in your shell tomorrow. That's what it's telling you. Go against the grain. Okay, wow. How else can pile number 3 break from their stagnant energy? I just feel like make a statement. You know what I mean? Some of you guys are writers as well. Okay, interesting. Some of you guys might be writers. And you can write about this experience or something like that. Interesting. Why isn't Knight of Pentacles here? Okay, because I feel like maybe there's an energy that wants to rush towards you, that thinks that you're absolutely beautiful and amazing. Okay, I'm also getting that phrase that's like, people will just hate you because they fear you until they all end up mimicking you. You guys are trendsetters, actually. I'm getting Regina George, like when they cut the holes in her shirt and then everyone started doing it. I feel like this was a pretty short and sweet pile. Like, I'm also noticing her red hair. So something that just sticks out that you feel like you guys can't get rid of, you know, and that you can't, like, you stick out like a sore thumb. It's just telling you to embrace that, because this is all about learning how to accentuate the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Some of you guys, because this is the energy of how to break through of it, right? Uranus, like being like freak flag, not compromising your morals and values like the sun here. It's okay to be a little cool and distant. Pretend, like, I'm just using the, like, you know, if you want to wear, like, I don't know, say you want to dress goth, but you don't want to because, you know, you're from a Puritan town. If you do it and then you just act like it's cool and you act unbothered when people like make fun of you, I feel like it'll work out better for you. Also, I don't know. I feel like there might be somebody who likes you and like will more approach you. Why do we have Joan of Arc here? Let's just clarify some of these energies and then we'll wrap this up because I feel like this pile is pretty straightforward. It's just telling you to take some actions here. Temperance, balance. This is also highly spiritual energy. This is Jupiter, and Joan of Arc definitely spoke her mind. So, but temperance is also the energy of like holding back, and it's mixing opposite things. I just you guys ever watch that movie Drive Me Crazy? Maybe watch that. It's an old 90s movie. Yeah, this is like creative energy. Anyways, I feel like I'm just dragging this out because this message was so clear and short and sweet. But it's okay for messages to be clear and short and sweet. I feel like you guys are gonna help other people to feel confident. It's not that it's not going to be without its challenges, you guys. Like, that's definitely here, right? Because it's telling you when people start to make fun of you, whatever, you know? Is there anything that pile number 3 should know about that? Oh. Look, we have Aquarius at the bottom with the star and the strength. You guys are going to be some kind of leader in how to be different and how to stand out. Yeah. I don't know why I keep wanting to use biblical language. You're here to build like a different kind of temple here on earth. Challenging some kind of traditional energy, and it's challenging it in a very spiritual way, but I feel like it's of the most mundane of actions. I don't know. I'm just seeing really good energy if you guys embrace that. So I'm just going to leave that be pile number 3. If that resonated, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.